Live.
Okay.
Well,
No.
we'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
How's everybody doing out there? A little Talking Shit Tuesday. That's right. We're back to the OG show where we have all the sponsors up. Everybody's here. Prime time, 8 o'clock. Let's go. Today we're going to talk a lot about World Cup and Bryan Luna's and Mexico Racing League and Aldo, Lund, everybody involved in that particular program, because I think a lot of the stuff that you guys don't know should be mentioned. Because so have you ever had like an online argument with somebody and someone says, you know, let's say you're a Coyote guy and let's say you're having an online argument with like an LS guy, and an LS guy says, well, his stock bottom end 5.3 runs sixes. And then someone will say, well, Coyotes have gone, 7-0 at 200. And neither of you have any idea what has happened before that in order to get to that point. And I'll just peer and include you into a slight little window based on what I know and what Bryan Luna has told me on the interview and stuff as to what it took to get there. Not necessarily this weekend. I'm saying from the beginning, because a lot of people generally don't realize, once an accomplishment has been made, people go, well, that I can do that. And I'm like, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of people, a lot of know-how, a lot of experience, and a lot of money to go 7-0 and 200 miles an hour. Before we get to your questions, before we get to your comments, before we get to what I want to talk about, we want to always, as always, thank the sponsors of the show. That's right, the sponsors of the show that make it all happen. We got the Parts Farm. That's right, the Parts Farm. Parts Farm in the house with the best logo on the planet. Thank you very much for having the best logo made that I've ever seen. It's absolutely awesome. Totally made by someone competent, thepartsfarm.com. PMAS. By the way, Bryan Luna's car was equipped with a PMAS mass airflow sensor. PMAS. With the 149, the 120, sensors, bell mounts, you name it. They got it going on. Nick James up in Michigan with the PMAS company. I think it's called Supertrap, and he bought it back and he's building it up. Two Auto Solutions, Rami Zaidan and Two Auto Solutions, Caguas, Puerto Rico. Building some of the baddest Mustangs in Puerto Rico and Corvettes and Camaros. Doma Got Cookies. We're doing a giveaway today for Doma Got Cookies. The best cookies around. They actually joined Twitter, and I'll show you guys a little bit about that. Calamar's Transmission, as always. Ben Calamar has gotten in touch with a new clutch company. He's going to be supporting that, trying to do the vetting on that product. And DNA High Performance, DNAHighPerformance.com. Get all your parts there. 4 Innovation Fuel Systems, wheels, headers, injectors, you name it. You can get it all at DNAHighPerformance.com. Thank you very much for divulging me into the silliness, because I know sometimes you guys don't want to hear that shit, but let's be honest. We need the sponsors here to pay the bills. We need, I can't just work on the shit I work on and not have the support of the sponsors. So give them a shout, support them any way you can. That would be really, really cool. I always like having this here in the forefront for the idiots that love the new Mustang. It's always a good time. Let's say hi to the people. Let's get after it. Oh my God, I'm never ready. I'm literally never ready for the for the pop-out chat. Oh my God. See, display, pop-out chat, live chat. Oh my God, the live chat. Alex sucks. He's just so unprepared. I can't believe this free show. Actually, it's not free because some of you guys actually pay to be members and have the little pregnant man. Rich50 says, what up? Boo Butt Mallards 51. Okay. Alberto DNA, what's up? DNA, Tony B, 508 Josh, LaFoxy, Jay Bruce, Andrew Tate in the house, Top G, Michael Rodriguez, Javi 50, Chad Pittman, Alejandro Flores, EPA agent, Bobby Buck, Oliver Bryan, Gregory Upvich, 508 Josh, Robo Style, Jason, Andrew Tate again, Ekron Akus, Irving 0708, Deathbud, Turbo Coupe, Robo Style, Dad says your father's back. Django 50, Peter Chow, Cito, Scott N, Andrew Tate again, JPL, TRD Ricky, It's Just a Dick, Matt Oliver, Perico, Loco, King Bichotazo. Tony says get them likes up. Douche did it. YouTube Corrupt, one of the mods. I haven't seen him here in a long time. I don't know where he's been. Carlos LTX, George Mendoza, Arturo Mosio, Timmy T, Maniac S550, Solo 18GT, Chris Basin, Lex Luthor, Victor Reyes, JR Garza, Andrew Tate again, XK Jeff, one of the other mods. What's up, brother? B. Lewis, Bronco Stang. Someone said, please tell me you watched the T-Pain drama. Nope, because I don't give two fucking shits about drifting. Jameer, Joseph, Matt A, Jason, Street Driven, GT500, Kevin Harvey, Walter, and all the good people that are involved here. So let's talk about Bryan Luna. So Bryan Luna owns basically a muffler and performance shop in Pasadena, Texas. He was an LS guy. If you saw some of the old 1320 racing videos, he was there with his Firebird, and he was at like a roll event, and that's kind of where he got known. Car was a quick car. Then he got into the S550 game and started slowly building that up. And once the car went built motor, I think that's where he started experiencing the issues with the Coyote game. The problem with the Coyote game generally is that the internet will back somebody that we in the tuning and performance community know aren't any good. So he was having issues with many parts, many things. And after finally getting on the right program with his engine builder, I believe it's TKM, he ended up running laps and running numbers. Like the moment, first of all, I love 6R80s. I think 6R80s are great. That's not a race transmission. Let me get that straight to people out there that think that I advocate for 6R80s to be race transmissions. Can you race with them? Yes, absolutely. You can race with them. At a certain point, you're going to have to go glider 400 because of gear ratio selections, parts, availability, and overall safety. None of the 6R80s have a billet case or any kind of blow-proof anything. That motherfucker lets go. It's a stock cast. That motherfucker lets go. It could be a problem. So I am not advocating anybody go out there and build a legit 2,000 horsepower car and stuff a 6R80 or a 10R80 behind it. I think you can do that. That's okay. That's your prerogative. But honestly, when it comes to racing, we put 400s, or I advocate, Alejandro Flores only advocates for glides or 400s. Sorry if you don't like hearing that shit. That's just how you do it. And Bryan Luna is a perfect example. He has an IRS car, which is very difficult to get it to launch at a certain weight. At World Cup, he had to meet a certain weight, and he did. And the nose stayed down the whole time. The moment weight started coming off of the car during testing the next day to try to go after a record like 699 and 200, that's when the nose had trouble staying up. So eventually that car is going to need a lot of suspension work in the front. It's going to need a new front end, because when you see what the nose looks like when he's going down the track at over 190 miles an hour, you know that thing was not designed to go over 200 miles an hour. It is, the windshield is collapsing in on itself. The front end is collapsing in on itself. It needs a one-piece front end. It needs badass stuff from here on out. That car is a serious car. Any 6-second car is an insanely serious car. This car has gone 200 miles an hour already. So if it gets a little front half action, in my opinion, it should get a new nose. It should get a new windshield with like support in the middle, because safety is paramount on a car like this. And he probably needs an updated cage on that thing too. So let's see, look at some of the posts here just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So this is Bryan Luna's car with, this is on his Facebook page, and look at the front end. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The front end is like collapsing in on itself. And this was after, I believe, 195, 196 mile an hour pass. Now, one great thing to note about this car, not one suspension part is red on this thing, or bought by a or sold by a certain person. This car was cutting 117, 115. I think it did a 115. It's got a 315 tire, which nobody was running until John Lund Jr. started telling people to run it. And it's got, I think, Mentors in the front, or some badass shock in the front, or who knows. It's got a Steeda K member and no red parts on this car at all. And it is the record holding by a lot. Okay, over 2/10. And it ran 200 miles an hour. This thing is a serious piece. So this was 1320. They ended up taking pictures of the car at the track. So when they got to the track, they made a pass and they found out that the car had an issue pressurizing the coolant system. Yeah, this thing still runs coolant, guys, or water. It's not a dry deck situation. It doesn't run on methanol. It doesn't run on anything super exotic. It runs, I believe, on ethanol 1R. I think the injectors are ID 2000 and somethings. And it's got a Ford stock ECU with a glide, TKM motor, Aldo top mount, badass stuff. I mean, this car is, I don't want to say easy, but to get to this point, it took a lot of vetting and a lot of work. But when you realize this car was going up against guys that run straight methanol as a main fuel, cars that don't have coolant, don't have a radiator, don't have an intercooler, you know, that's impressive to me. So once it started pressurizing the coolant system, they knew they had an issue. So they swapped over to their other motor. They had brought another motor with them to the track that was meant for their F-150, another TKM built motor. That one still had VCT. So they had to go in, lock it out like the blue car had it locked out, swapped it in there because I'm not going to give too much away, but that one has a little more sauce in the areas of concern. Let's just keep it that way. And it went out there and it just ran numbers. It just ran ridiculous numbers. So that means he has a team of guys there that swapped over a motor between Wednesday and Thursday, and made the first round of qualifying and subsequently made every round of qualifying, won a round at the World Cup, lost on the second round of a red light, but the car is legit. So it's good to see him get recognition. There very rarely do you see somebody get recognized that's a legit person, that is a nice person, that is a honorable person that represents the community. Bryan Luna, Aldo, and them guys, it's nice to see them get recognized for their efforts down there. Look at how pretty. And this, I believe, this is Predator cam covers, which they're aluminum. And if you're going to run turbo stuff, you pretty much got to make the motherfucker fireproof inside the engine bay, because if those were plastic, they would have melted a long time ago. So yeah, it's really nice to see them get, look at that. Still got the backup camera, got the glide stick, the whole 9 yards, mostly an interior. It's got 2 Kirkies. And this was so that they can make weight. And once they went testing the next day, weight wasn't really an issue. So they're like, fuck it. So this is what happened at the track the next day. Usually after a big event, they have a rental the next day because the prep is so legit. So if you pay a little extra, you can go out there and make some licks on super killer prep and early in the morning, and you can get some licks in. So this was the 2. I think they made 4 passes, but these were the 2 of note. Actually, let me see if there's any notes behind this. Yeah, attempt number 1. Here we go. God damn it, man. 7.0, 199 with a 116. And his second attempt, listen closely, he pedals it because the nose is starting to come up. With a pedal. It didn't go quicker, but it went faster. It went 7.1, 200. Guys, that's not good for a Coyote. That's not good for, and that is just good. That is just good. You can put any LS, 2J, Steve Morris engine, you name it. This car is there. And it's a 5-liter twin turbo car with a glide at 3,300 plus pounds. That is super legit. So I just wanted to take a little time at the beginning of the show to make sure that people like Bryan Luna, Mexico Racing League, Aldo Welds, Lund Racing, everybody involved got a little bit of a little feather in the cap, because it is so nice to see everything come together. But he went through motors, he went through transmissions, he went through everything. And I'm going to be honest with you, I would have given up a long time ago. 1, I don't have the funds. 2, I don't have the patience. I don't have the money to keep investing into something, but that's the difference between really fast guys and people like me. Really fast guys and people like me probably will do whatever it takes to go fast. I have a threshold, and it's usually my bank account. And if I had a lot of money, sure, let's get after it, but I don't. So I'm like, I just want to make enough money to have fun with my cars, and I don't need to go 6s. But if I had the funds, absolutely, I'd be on the same boat. But it's nice to see that they stuck to it, and he has a good team behind him. If I went racing, it's going to be Dolo. So that's the difference, because one, I hate people. I hate everybody, and I really don't want to fuck with anybody. So I'm going to be, if I go racing in the next couple of years, it's going to be all me. So we'll see how fast I go if it's all me. He's cool as fuck. That's why people don't hesitate to help, right? Turvy and Bucephalus got that car, no problem. Odin is a VMP. Oh my god, what up, YOLO gang? He went through a lot of ups and downs with that car, says Mendoza's Coyote. Some people probably think it was a smooth build. Oh my god, if you guys knew the trials and tribulations, the online bullshit, and the thing is, he's not a drama guy, but he's also not one to back away from drama. And he was definitely in there talking his shit, and all he had to do was just try another motor company, and magically the car's motor lived for many passes. Crazy. Yes, do shit a lot of money. Hey, look, racing is a money man's game. Racing is the fastest guys on the planet are usually, look at Cletus. I'll give you a great example. Cletus has over 3 million followers on his channel. He had 3 cars at the track. The go-kart, the red car, I think the Corvette, and then the one with the Steve Morris motor, the El Camino. And it was a 640 car, mostly 660, 680 car most of the weekend. So you understand that car, in terms of money, support, and all that stuff, is a $300,000 car. Let's be honest. That is a $300,000 car if you were to add it all up. And they're going out there racing it. And then Steve Morris backs up his product. And that's the thing that car did more than anything, is make Steve Morris is already legit. But to the common guy who doesn't know who Steve Morris is, all of a sudden, he's got a whole bunch of new followers. And then his tuner, who I guess his name is Pete, real good at doing stuff, now he is going to get a bunch of followers and stuff because he has shown that he can get the car down the track consistently. It was great to see. And you know what? If you guys watched some of the Cletus stuff, I can't get through a whole video. But one thing I noticed is that when Pete is in charge of backing him up, lining him up, putting him in the groove, his car seems to be just performing great. I'll give you an example. I saw a video where he got backed up and nobody went to the front to let him know how far he is from the beams. Now, some of you might say, what's the big deal? You can just creep up there. There's a game that goes on the line all the time, guys. There's a constant game that goes on at the line, especially with Puerto Ricans. When you got a Puerto Rican with a starlet next to you, they're going to play games. They're going to do dumb shit, okay? So you should be about 6 inches away from the beam or 7 inches away from the beam. That's why you see guys go up to the beam, hit it with their foot, then they back off and they line you up. So the width of their foot minus or plus the slight width of the tire that you put them in, you give them about 6 inches from the beam. Nobody did that until Pete did it at the end or towards the end. And I went, oh, finally someone went, and that's my job when it comes to lund racing. All I'm going to do is wrench and emotional support and line senior up. My job is to line him up in the groove and give him about 6 to 8 inches away from the beam so that he's not constantly creeping up there for about, 4 feet, wondering where the beam is. So that operation is super legit. And when you see guys that have the funds and the proper backing, I mean, the possibilities are endless. And the fact that he has such a legit guy like Aldo and his crew is legit, the whole crew's legit, and Bryan's legit, they're going to go far. I think that crew has the ability with the TKM motor, with the Glide, with Aldo, the turbo support and the track support, and then they just go out there and are willing to race for a whole weekend, which, look, it's a huge investment. When I went to Texas 2K with my blue car, it cost me $1,500 to do nothing. Towing, and I'm like, and I'm doing it by myself. 1, I hate people. 2, I don't trust anybody. And 3, I hate people. So I'll never be that guy that has that big support. But at least whenever I do go fast, I will say it was all me. But when you have like a good team behind you, possibilities are endless. So Bryan Luna, congrats to them, and Aldo, Lund, everyone that was involved. Yo, Alex, did you see or hear that Ford is doing 7.3 liter 2023 G500? Sorry for getting off topic. I wouldn't doubt that because I haven't heard that. No, I have not heard that because there would have been rumblings about it. But I have not heard that. No. That's a must in the grudge racing world. Andrew Tate, can you shut the fuck up about Top G shit? Like, just shut the fuck up and stop spamming the fucking chat. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he is on a mission. That car is super fucking legit. His crew is not the best. Supposedly they pinched the boost reference line to the gold car and they had stabbed the transfer the clutch issue. I saw that. And I did see that part of the video and I went, they ruined another Texas Speed motor. Remember when I told you guys that Texas Speed doesn't look bad, but they look bad by constantly self-sabotaging their own operation. They need a Pete type running that show. Like, there is such thing in a race operation, a serious race operation. There is a crew chief. There is a crew chief. And when you don't have a crew chief, there should be a driver that shuts the fuck up and drives. There should be a main wrench guy. And then there should be 2 or 3 main wrench guys. And then there should be a guy that's directing the whole orchestra. One person can't be all that in a serious race operation. Good morning. B-Turd is legit too, right? Racing that level does take a solid team of people you trust, not some cucks off the street. Bryan Lund is one of the nicest people around. I live in Houston and I've met him a few times and he takes time to talk to you. Very, very humble guy. People were sleeping on that car. There is no 7.3 going in the Mustang. Stop it. I don't think so either. Who's your daddy says, I know it sucks that Bryan trusted in another company the first time. No, you're wrong about that. I think you're wrong about that at 100%. You don't know I don't want to name companies because my job is not to put negative light on people unless I have a personal beef with them. I have no personal beef with any engine company. They haven't done me wrong, but they sure as hell did many people wrong. I'm right there with you, brother. I don't trust nobody. Omar X, of course, gets completely out of kilter and says, 700 horsepower Gen 1 pump gas. Wish my tuner had the bitch to add more sauce. Tuners. Just kidding, Alex. Wanted some free cookies. Yusef, there was a fan-made Megazilla video. Gotcha. Andrew, it's fake. Andrew Tate. I know it's not Andrew Tate. Just stop spamming the chat. It's funny once. But when you say Top G 500 times, it stops being funny. Gaming going on in the back. Yeah, man. I wouldn't doubt they do put them in a Mustang. They have overstock. Static Sanction says, but if it went too smooth, would people watch? He's got to keep doing stuff like that for the fans. Okay. So I understand that. I understand that self-sabotaging is like, oh my God. Imagine if that race program was legit. The go-kart race program. The fabrication is legit. The pipe shining is legit. They need a crew chief on that car. And I don't know who it is, but that operation could really be something special. The car weighs 2,300 pounds. Okay. If they had that operation super tight, because what happened once the El Camino went somewhere else and then got tuned by someone else? And the only thing in-house that they do is maybe do whatever the crew chief tells you to do. All of a sudden, that car runs numbers, wins races, and just performs. The moment the go-kart starts being done by in-house personnel, it all goes to shit. No offense. That's just what happens. What is up for the Fox, and what are the plans for the Fox? Stop it. I like how people look. I understand and I appreciate your curiosity. I'm one guy. So the Fox is going to get a hood, the wiring cleaned up, fix the leak, general shit. It's not like, well, I'm building a Steve Morris 586 with a sequential and a turbine so I can go 800 miles an hour. Stay tuned. No, it's a very slow moving project. Get ready, pack a lunch, sit down. It'll be years before anything happens. In terms of seismic, something massive. I've had the channel for about 7 years and only now have I started kind of messing with my own shit, doing dyno stuff consistently. And I had to do that on vacation. I have a full-time job. That was the first thought when I seen Boost Line, poor Texas Speed. John Dog is a perfect example of a good racing team. I've never seen better teams and programs than the ones at donk races. They are legit. Ford patented the name Megazilla recently, so it's interesting to think there'll be a 7.3 or variant in a Mustang unless they bring back another car or truck. What I like about Garrett is he shows he messed up and doesn't try to hide it. Honestly, he should try to hide it because his credibility goes to the fucking dumpster. I'm sorry. He should try to hide it because his credibility... Imagine I'm Texas Speed and I gave you a motor. I don't know if they charge for them or not. I have no idea. Like, nobody sponsors me for motors. I got plenty of vehicles. That's okay. If somebody sponsored Alejandro Flores motors and I kept blowing them up because I fucked up, they would stop sponsoring motors. He edited a wig on Alex's head. Okay. Is this Alex from the 956? Real Top G wouldn't spam the chat. What's up? Hope to see you this weekend at Bodnats. Guys, there's a hurricane coming. There is a hurricane. Even though it's a low wind hurricane, 60 to 70 miles an hour, there's a hurricane coming. So there's a chance that Modnats won't happen. There's a chance. And Bondobird is driving from California all the way to Georgia to potentially not race. If staying under 1,000 horsepower, would you do a Ben Caliber 3160 over a T56 swap or a Boosted 350 full street car? Nope. I do a T56 swap all the time. I don't know what his 3160 program is yet. I don't know if there's like a G-Force gear set 3160 or he just beefed up some of the shift fork stuff. But if it's a beefed up gear set, yeah. But if it's a regular gear set with beefed up stuff around it, like forks and synchros and stuff, I do a T56 personally. Think First says, I would do a car perimeter play Kids X. Oh my God, stop it. Do bichos forget that foxes take money in the pocket, turn wrenches on? Correct. I can't just affirm stuff. The Corvette was all sweat equity. Kong took care of me on the machining and the pulley. But I bought the pulley off of him. I support his stuff. So, I gave him some money. Everything else was all me. Sweat equity. The Fox body, same thing. 100% me. Sweat equity. The GT500 just got some work done. All me. And Lund helped with the parts. So everything is slow going on this channel because I have a job. Do you see how many videos I put out last week? That's what I would be doing if I didn't have a job. But I'm not looking to leave that because there's no money in that yet. There is no money. I need money to make money on this channel. And this channel does not make $11,000, $12,000 a month. If it did, that's a whole different story. Can we give Jeremy? I already did. He's still pressing the clutch every gear. Oh, yes. Now, we talked about that. Let's go to Jeremy Howell's page on Facebook. So I have an issue with strain gauges. I have a very big issue with strain gauges. So a strain gauge is something that goes on the shifter. So the moment you yank on it, it sends a signal to like a spark cut source to make it easier to engage the shifter. The problem is these guys, like, again, I'm not saying they're not badass, but I'm saying these guys do not push in the clutch on a shift. And to me, I don't want to say it takes away. It's still badass. But when you push, we talked about it before. The clutch in nationals should be a thing. Meaning you have to clutch in. No strain gauge gang. So let's look at Jeremy Howell's footwork. I love, by the way, Jeremy. Smart guy. Showing the footwork. No strain gauges. By the way, killer setup on the pedals. I think that's a FFS or whatever stuff. Clutching in on the shifts. This to me is more special. Foot down, slamming gears, and I already hear it. I already hear someone going, but Alex, you told us that lifting off the pedal is, if it's a fucking straight cut deal and, pro shifted situation and what do you call it? Straight cut. You leave it to the wood and do the thing. And there's spark cut on the shifts. But a strain gauge to me and staying to the wood and just yanking back on the pedal even if it's H pattern, to me loses the allure a little bit. Not ready for the storm. Do I do a third shift coax fiber work? Got it. What would you say is the limit of the stage 2 MT82 from Ben Calamer? The stock gear set. The stage 1 and the stage 2 have a stock gear set. So whatever the gear set takes. So stage 3 has an aftermarket gear set. If you're considering a stage 2, wait, get a stage 3. Billet shift forks, G4 third and fourth, micro polishing, 26 spline input shaft. There you go. I'd still do a T56. What happened to midnight? I don't know. Did something happen? I haven't heard anything negative. At that point, you're in a category with Lenko, etc., with no clutch shifts. Correct. But Alex, faceplate trans only lift if you have exactly. So someone's gonna say, I thought Alex said it was easier to shift to lift between the shifts on a stock synchro trans. Pendejo. When it's a race car deal, leave it to the wood and clutch in and do the thing. Bondo Bird is almost a Houston headed to Modnats. I would tell him to keep going. Don't stop at Houston for nothing. Just keep going. Just got home from the gym. What's up, everyone? Says Josh Jones. Stop showing clutch work. You're scaring away the 10 or 80 guys. Look, in my opinion, clutching in between the shifts should be its own thing. The stick shift class is very quick. Grauburn in the 660s. I'm sure Garrett's car is going to be well into the 6s. I don't know if 2,300 pounds. Yeah, it should be. I don't take away from those guys, but there's something special about clutching in that because it just requires that little more skill. And, you have to be that more precise. And it just, to me, it looks even more impressive. He said, stop it with the nitrous oxide kid. Just giving a suggestion for the Fox body. I'm so glad you got the white coupe just like I have myself. A la Verga Tuning says, Alex, does the Z01 have a no-lift shift feature? Yeah. It's just a limiter. I might be wrong, but I recall reading about it somewhere. It's just a limiter. I've found that lifting on a synchroed transmission is always best. How much can a stock 10 or 80 handle reliably? For the 800th time, about 800. And depending on the weight. So if you have a F-150 at about 700, they start to complain. With a S550, because it's a little lighter, at about 800, they start to complain. DeSantis for the win is right. Garrett is building his Fox with a 7.3 and a Lenko style trans. Guy is the definition of yee built. Yeah, look, that Fox body with a 7.3 Godzilla, will he show if it blows up? Because that's the funny one. The Texas Speed stuff, they've blown up at least 4 engines or 5 engines that I know of on the, I actually sound better without these. 4 engines or 5 engines on the Corvette. Whatever you call that thing. I can't imagine if they have an issue with the Godzilla that Ford is going to be okay with them showing it. Because Ford, those crooks, Ford, these software stealers, yeah, those guys that steal software, probably don't like the bad PR if it goes to shit. What do you want me to tell you about single cab trucks with 10R80s? What do you want me to tell you? Like, tell me what you want to hear. A turbo truck runs well. A centrifugal truck runs well. A Whipple truck runs well. A nitrous truck runs well. An NA truck runs well. Like, I don't know what you're wanting to hear from me specifically on single turbo applications. Like, tell me what you want to hear. Like, the tuning, it's fine. Like, I don't know what you want me to, I don't know what you're expecting me to hear or expecting you to hear from me. Just like when Wes Evans drove that Fox into the 7s, clutching in every shift. Alex, last couple of lives you've mentioned going small block forward for the Fairmont. Correct. You had mentioned other platforms beyond that. Just wondering what swayed your decision. Awesome content. Carburetor. The more you're at racetracks, the more you hang out with racers, the more you realize that a twin turbo Coyote or any fuel injected car can be rendered useless by the dumbest fucking shit, like a sensor. Like, let's say your MAF goes to shit. Bye-bye. Let's say you have an air to water intercooler and the condensation makes the MAF sensor wet, you're gone. O2 sensor, you're gone. Throttle position sensor, you're gone. So I started thinking to myself, you know, if I'm going to go racing with the Fairmont, because I'd like to go racing with the Fairmont one day, it's going to be years before, because look, I don't have the money. Let's be honest. It's just me, and it's going to be a long time before I get that going. I want analog simplicity. Like when I took the manifold off of the Fox body that I have, the Mustang, and I put it back on, and I heard something off. I go, oh, it must be off a tooth. Lifted the distributor, put it back down, vroom, started right up. If it's cold outside, I just pump the carburetor 2 more times and it'll start. Analog, simple, spark or fuel. If you got a crank signal, you got spark, you got fuel, bada bing, bada boom, not much is going to go wrong. When you have a fuel injected situation, when you have a fuel injected car, what the fuck? Fuck off, everybody. Jesus Christ. When you have a fuel injected car with turbos, you can have a line that's pinched that will blow your shit up. Think about that. A line got pinched and it blew his shit up. I thought to myself, I don't want that. If I'm going to be a one-man show, I want the simplest setup possible. So what is more simple? A big inch small block Ford with a centrifugal on the crank and a fucking pipe right to the carburetor and run it on meth, or a twin turbo Coyote with a control pack, this and that, tuning that fuck. No. When it comes to racing, I want something so fucking simple that the issue is obvious. Fucked up a valve spring. Carburetor's junk. No spark. I don't want to have to fucking watch 500 things. It's going to have no radiator. It's going to have no intercooler. It's going to be a blower, meth, carburetor, small block Ford with a big inch, 1,1300 horse. Because I'm not going to make more than that. Simple ass shit. Rich 5 what's up, brother? Thank you for the money. I appreciate you. Alex, it's impossible to win cookies when Alex is eating all of them. I wonder if he knows you have a 10R80 50 single cab. I don't know what people want to hear from me. Like, I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. By the way, Carlos LTX, thank you for the money. I just became a cookie monster. Can't wait for my cookies. Can you lay it down on 280 pounds? What's he talking about? I don't understand that you guys think I have. Oh, I'm gonna install a single turbo and see how it does. Oh, I already did that. Now let me install a twin turbo. See how that does. Who the hell do you think I am? Motor Trend Television? I'm one guy. Love you. Love that you think I have the time to do that. And the money. I am one person, dude. I love the Fox Buddy content. I have a 393, makes over 500 at the crank. Can't wait to see what's in store for the white coupe. It's going to be a horse. No issue with the 85 when it's cold outside. No. 1, 2, jigga, 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 jigga. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, vroom. Oh, let me add crank fuel. Let me send it. Oh, I added too much crank fuel. I washed out the cylinders. Oh, you got to change the spark plug. No. Done with that. No. Cleavers are stupid. No. Small block Ford. Is it true? Is it a tune issue if the car won't turn on in the cold with the 85? Super dumb question. No, it's a good question. With ethanol, you need 30% more fuel to just light that motherfucker off. The colder it is outside, the harder it is to start with ethanol. I don't understand why you guys are E85 in the tank when it's 30 degrees outside. Who are you racing at 30 degrees? It's winter. You have all seasons on the car. Put pump gas in it. I don't understand why you guys are on E85 in the winter in cold states. Yeah. A tuner on TikTok said it's a tune issue if it won't turn. If it won't turn or if it won't turn on. It needs more crank fuel in the tune in the cold. Alex, waste money and try every combo that'll ever have for my viewing pleasure. Right. Let me ask you guys a question. And by the way, shout out to Brevin, who really touched my heart. He runs or promotes or is the president, I don't know, of ESS Tuning. And he's like, I love what you did on the white car with the 120 millimeter pulley. Now, unbeknownst to me, I actually went on the website and see what that pulley is rated for. It's an 8 PSI pulley, supposedly. Now, I'm zinging it to 7,900 RPMs. So I'm sure it's making close to 10 at that RPM. But at the low RPMs, it was making really good torque on the G3X. And I figured out that my fuel system is adequate to pulley down if I have a denser fuel like C16. So the next test on the white car, whenever I get the chance, 110 millimeter pulley C16, 105 millimeter pulley C16. We're going to see if we can make 800 on the stock fuel system with a dense fuel. Now, he said no one has done that test. No one has done snorkel on, snorkel off on a dyno. No one has done hood down, snorkel off, hood up, snorkel off on the dyno. No one has done pump gas, race gas on the dyno in the same day. I barely got 6,000 views on that video. You know what I mean? So I go, okay, the people that do watch appreciate it, and I'm sure they're the paying public. But if I stuffed a banana in that blower at 8,000 RPMs, I would have 100,000 viewers. So you got to understand, I can't do everything to appease everybody. I have to do what's interesting to me and hope that the general public likes it. And if they don't like it, that's okay. I'm still going to do what I think is interesting. But thank you, Brevin. He shouted me out. He's like, he sent me a long ass email. It's like, man, thank you. I appreciate that. Because I worked really hard for that. Joel Steele's big tire car is going to be a bad motherfucker. Yeah, so Joel Steele's looking to push everyone's shit in. That thing looks like no joke. So we'll see how all that goes. You're going to change the carb on the Fox body? Any idea what kind of stroker size it is? No idea. No, I'm not going to change the carb. Why would I change the carb if it's running fine? I'm going to put a wideband on it, see what it's doing for air-fuel ratio so I can actually see if it needs jet up, jet down. I just replaced the spark plugs. They were smoked. So I'm going to do another hit, pull the plugs, take a look, tune it old school. So that's what I'm going to do next on the Fox body. Get it on the dyno, dial in air-fuel, old school, looking at the plugs. I got my timing light. Oh, my God. So I found this guy. I didn't know where it was. I had no idea where it was, but I found my Penske timing light from Sears. That's right. Fucking timing light, son. So I found my timing light in the middle of a bunch of bullshit. So now I got to get a better balancer. The marks are just fucked up, but I'm going to clean up the balancer, get the actual timing on it, do some actual tuning on it on the dyno. When? I don't know. Whenever I get the chance. I'm only available to go on the dyno on Saturday. Every other day during the day, I can't do shit, and it gets dark at 5 o'clock now, so not much I could do. Bro, put 93 in mind to drop off at a body shop. Probably keep it in until spring. I love the respect that you have. Very upfront and honest. Thank you, Mac. As soon as I saw TikTok, you should have known it was a dumb person. You sold me on an ESS kit before I got around to getting oil pump gears and a crank sprocket done. Also, the same 120 millimeter pulley. Should I be concerned? No fucking way. I don't got oil pump gears in my shit. World Cup Wild Street Runner was a big block Ford nitrous notch. Just proof turbos, EFI, ECTE, etc. are not any better, simple and proven combos. I agree. Where do I send the bananas, Alex? Yep, I lost them when he said Tic Tac. As soon as someone said Tic Tac, I was a buzz. Okay. What's up? Casey Watson, your stuff should be there Friday. Again, your stuff should be there Friday. I sent you a $100 Amazon gift card for guessing the closest and the soonest to the horsepower number on the Corvette, and 2 shirts, an extra large and a large YDB t-shirt. Hopefully you enjoy that. I like to watch videos that actually show you something. You got to start warming up the car by doing 10-second 2-step checks. So the problem I have with the Cletus channel is, I'm going to be honest with you, is the people. Like, I can watch James all day. He's calm. He's level-headed. He's good. Dr. Tunamal guy, I like him too. That Mexican dude or whatever the hell he is, I can't. Everyone else is fine except Cletus himself and the Mexican dude. How many times do you have to say, let's go? What's up, man? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Where the fuck are you going? Like, they said let's go every other fucking word, and I just went, I'm done. I'm done. You're not hyping me up. You're not making me woo woo. I'm just like, this must work for like stupid motherfuckers, right? Like dumb motherfuckers. Okay, that's his audience. But people like me that actually want to see, I want to hear Pete talk. The problem is, that's where the money comes in. The stupidity. So I can't watch it because of that. So, what's the best Drunk Pollock says, what's the best street strip tire? That T16 dyno video, can you draggy test it in 93 and 260, snorkel on, off, different combos? No, Carters. That's a lot of fucking work. Are you insane? Are you insane? You want me to draggy test it with 93 and 260, snorkel off and on. Why? If you're racing, you run race gas and take the snorkel off. Because nobody is going to watch that video. The 350 is very light. What is the Mach 1 weigh? What's he talking about? Nate is a cool dude. Saying you have good fuel and all. Going to the bank. To the moon, brother. Hell yeah. Freedom. Let's go. Yeah, like let's go. Yeah, let's go. I'm like, where the fuck are you going? Let's go. Where? What? Oh, you're a boomer. No. Let's go where? What are we doing? Stupid. Am I the only one that cringes when I see people standing outside Cletus trailer for hours? Right. People just standing there looking at them wrench on cars. Like, hey, can I have a picture? Oh. Then they post on Instagram, here with Cleet. And Cleet is like a dot in the IG post. Wow, such an honor to meet Cleet. Most of the people that watch the Cletus crew have their mouths open all the time. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed most of the guys that watch Cletus have their mouths open all the time? Like they don't know how to shut their fucking mouth and just watch. Stop hating on Cletus, says Neagher. I'm not sure if it's been asked or answered before. I'm heavily considering an ESS G2 supercharger for my Gen 3. I want 600 horsepower, good enough for me. A BAP and injector upgrade still really needed. Josh, do you think you can run any boost on the stock injector? Like, who's telling you that you don't need an injector? Like, you're asking if you need an injector to run boost on a car? That you're basically adding 200 rear wheel horsepower. And you're asking me if you need a bigger injector. Oh, man. The lights are on, but nobody is home. On that Leroy video, I lost interest when he said he didn't see boost pressure because he was distracted from all the freedom. Look. Garrett gets it. We get it. The problem is that channel's not for us, and we all understand that. That channel's not for us. That channel is for stupid motherfuckers, and that's okay. That's okay. I want him to make $1 bazillion. But I watch Steve Morris, and I'm like, my head just filling with knowledge all the time. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so interested in that. I want to cheer for Cletus. I really do. I really want Garrett Mitchell. I really want to cheer for him. I want to go, man, I want to see this guy make it. And then he talks. And I go, I can't. Like James, I would cheer for all the time. Why meth when blow through intake air temp? What? Josh Walker, do you need an intercooler with meth if you're boosted? Do you need a radiator with meth when you're boosted? Simplicity. No intercooler, no radiator. Because that bitch cold all the time. It doesn't need, I am literally removing two crucial items that are always an issue. I want the fucking boot charge pipe to go from the blower right into the carburetor. And meth down its fucking throat. That Buenos Dias dude is annoying. Now, I had no idea that was like a thing. I remember I was at FL2K and I heard somebody say Buenos Dias towards that guy. And I went, oh, I don't know, whatever. Okay. And then I think I caught a little bit of the video when he's cooking and he's showing you the different eggs. I'm like, oh my God. And he yells Buenos Dias and I cringed. I got douche chills. I was like, oh my God. Once I found the channels that actually teach, I stopped watching Cletus. Same. Cletus' channel is my current equivalent of All My Balls Idiocracy. If nothing else, he's bringing eyes to drag racing. What? You think he's bringing eyes to drag racing? Whose eyes? Whose eyes is he bringing to drag racing? Look, I stopped beating the EPA drum because nobody cares. Nobody cares. I found out really fast, racers don't give two shits about the EPA stuff. And they don't understand that when they show VIN cars that were made after 1972, racing and then going on a 1,000 mile drive is super stupid. I stopped because I am fighting a uphill battle with the retards. So I said, okay, fuck it. Let them get popped. I don't care. Like, I don't care anymore. I don't care about the RPM Act. I don't give two fucking shits about what happens in Congress. I'm not voting. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like, nobody fucking cares. You guys say you care, and I get that. But the vast majority are not even aware, don't care, don't give a fuck. So why should I? Am I going to go out there and yell at the top of my lungs when nobody's listening? Nah, we're good. We're good. If they get popped, I'm going to go, oh, no shit. Oh, you got popped? Sucks for you, buddy. Oh, now you want to talk about it? Oh, fuck you. I can't wait. I don't want it to happen. I don't want anybody to get popped. But if somebody gets popped, I'm going to go, what'd you think? What'd you think was going to happen? Right. He's bringing broke people to drag racing. I want the cookies. DNA High Performance says I care. I care too. Look, I'm in the industry. If the EP, look, that's why this vote needs to be a red wave of all red waves. Crimson, right? It has to be because that's where the checks and balances take place. And that's when we start committees and start telling people like the EPA, fuck you. But I don't know if that's actually going to happen. Right? Like Cletus isn't bringing anyone into drag racing that wasn't into drag racing before. He's bringing more eyes, yes, but I don't think racers are watching him and going, oh, I'm going to get into drag racing now. No, the racers, the fast guys know his shit's legit. Steve Morris motor, badass setup, good tuner, look, it's a legit program. He's bringing a flock of Neanderthals, knuckle draggers. That's like when that one dude commented, Cletus was the reason the light was being shown on stick racing. Yes. Oh, check this out. I can contend that Cletus is actually hurting drag racing. They're making special rules for him. You know what I mean? Because they want him to come to the events so that people watch the event. So what happens when you're popular, you have a very legit race car, but it doesn't meet the rules specifically? Well, the event changes the rules to get you in. Now, that is the privilege of being popular, famous, and having a big following. So what do you think a racer that sticks to the rules like a fucking, boom, 2,900 pounds, this size tire, and he is a badass racer, but let's just say he doesn't have the funds. But the guy's a legit racer and is locally known and really fast. And then he's like, I built my car for these specific rules. Oh, wait a minute. They're allowing this because they want him in it? No. Make him fit the rules. That's the problem I have with people like that. Regardless whether it's him or a street outlaw guy. Changing the rules or modifying the rules to include a famous person in my opinion, delegitimizes the race because now you're curtailing the race towards a certain person. Right. So imagine I'm going to go to Ducks Race and Homeboy decides to go to Ducks Race and Ducks Race decides to change the rules to let him fit in. And you go, wait a minute. I've been coming to Ducks Races for fucking 15 years. And you guys at Tech give me a hard time. And now all of a sudden, you change shit? No, we're good. Okay, someone on the chat talking shit. Let's see it. 5-0, man. Where's 5-0, man? Let's see. No. I'm going to view it. Why did Lund try to snitch on PBD on the EPA? We didn't try to snitch on the EPA. 5-0, man. There was an online argument where a company with a single turbo car was being tuned. Now, because we're EPA legit, we can't shut off certain sensors. But the car is configured a certain way. If another company wants to tune it, have at it. And then what happened was the shop started playing both sides and started pitting people against each other. Things got said. But at no point did anyone say, yeah, let's snitch him out to the EPA. Number one, that's not the game we play. If anything, it made me realize that shops specifically can go suck a fat dick because they'll play both sides against each other just for drama, like just for entertainment. And then those exact same people are out there on the side saying, hey, can you tune the kit? The shop that we had tuned the car to talk shit on you can't get it done. Now we need you back. And I'm like, see, that's above my pay grade. That's something else that happens in management. But I see what happens and I go, I don't rep shops. I don't rep people. Like the more you're into tuning, the less you want to rep anybody. Because eventually they do something stupid that makes your representing them illegitimate. And then you look like a fucking clown for repping them. So you're like, all right, whatever. So that's why you don't see me repping nobody. That's why you don't see me talking a lot about nobody. Bryan Luna, I know him on a personal level. I consider Bryan Luna an industry friend. I can't say he's a friend because we're not tight like that. But if I was to say there's an industry person out there that I trust highly, it's Bryan Luna. Mustang lifestyle talking shit. I love it. Know your facts, not internet bullshit. Right. Tate in the chat again. I saw the Cletus tent Sunday. My girlfriend asked me why dudes were yelling yeet freedom and standing outside his trailer the whole day. The same people. Ouch. 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 Going to my local town hall and saying I'm voting for Alex. Loved watching his car pass the weekend. It's always the tuner's fault when shops get it wrong. No. So we are the only shop that got visited by the EPA. Now, it has been 2 years, almost 3. In February 2023, it would have been 3 years. Nothing. And the subsequent fallout was companies, oh my God, persona non grata. Oh, we don't want to, oh my God, we don't want to. And I personally don't think it had anything to do with that we were doing. We were compliant. So it was interesting to see everyone else's reaction to the news that Lund got a visit, not a raid. They showed up and said, yeah, we need some information because it's part of an ongoing investigation, They did their thing. They were nice, but not that I'm trying to poke the bear, but I mean, 3 years later, haven't heard a thing. Not that you want to hear anything, but like, look, people that were affiliated with Lund, whether it be shops, whether it be companies that, software, this and this and that, showed their true colors right off the bat. And that's when I started to get sour on tuning. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I got so sour on tuning because I saw that people will just throw you under the bus. And as a victim of being thrown under the bus multiple times, I thought to myself, this industry is fucking shit. Like, it's shit. And then you saw people poking the bear. Oh, they think Lund is wounded because the EPA visited us. Meanwhile, since then, we've broken all records. We've legit maintained our status in the industry with less stuff. Like if you guys knew what I knew, you would be surprised that I can even export a fucking file. But with less stuff and more difficult ways of tuning, we have maintained a level of performance that is still unmatched by any other tuning outfit. Name any other tuning outfit that runs the numbers Lund Racing is responsible for running. That's like when Joe Steele had the exhaust strip and the lights. Most time we see the call to be okay. What are you talking about? Turvy is fast asleep. How? I'm defending you. Oh, what are you talking about? That issue, the potential edging is content of the fanboys, the events are weirdos. Okay. Man, I can't spell. Hey, Alex, a bit off topic, but do you have any recommendations on where you can learn more about Fox Body Mustangs? Wow. Well, LMR is a good source. I'll be honest with you. LMR has, I don't want to say tutorials, but they do have a lot of videos about common issues with the Fox bodies. I lived through the Fox body era, so I know the common issues, what to look out for in a car, where to look for trouble spots, what can go. If you don't have a AC in the car, the heater core replacement is a lot easier. If you have AC in the car, get ready to pull the whole fucking dash to do the heater core or put a big fucking hole in the firewall. So there's little things like that you kind of know. LMR seems to be a decent source for learning. Dude, at 2 a.m. at WCF on Saturday, 316 Speed had a block party at their trailer, and it was like 200 people partying, having a good time, and Cletus was nowhere to be found, lame as fuck. Not to bring politics into this, but if the election doesn't result in our favor, what's your predictions on the next 2 years for car guys? I'm going to be honest with you, second shift racing, I don't think it matters who gets in. I think we're fucked either way, and not necessarily the government. The government is not pushing electric cars. Yes, they are mandating certain things, this and this and that, but the general public is buying them. So if the general public buys them, the market will react. So if the general public is buying electric cars, electric trucks, and technology gets better and better, it's just going to become more of a thing. On the EPA front, you will never see anything reversed. I repeat, nothing is going to be reversed. When was the last time anything was reversed? I'm saying reversed and retroactively taken care of. None. Never. Especially when it comes to government. Is it fine to drive a car on flex fuel tune for a very long time? Sold my cousin's my S197 with flex fuel tune on it. Sold my N-Gage. I would not necessarily... Look, I'm almost done sending flex tunes, and that's based on the people's understanding. We should almost have a litmus test to see if somebody, to see if the people can actually, to see if they actually understand what flex fuel tuning is. Like there needs to be a questionnaire they fill out, and if they get any question wrong, they only get a direct 93 and 85 tune. No flex tuning for you. No flex tuning for you. I work for a large company that produces hydrogen. Large vehicles like buses and planes are in the works to run hydrogen. That's not going to happen either. Yeah, I understand most knowledge will come from the sweat equity when fixing and modifying. I'll read some of the LMR articles. Yeah, that's probably the best place. 50 Tuss is pretty dope. His channel, Watch to Learn, Build Foxes, very, very budget, but not Cleater yee budget. Spend a day with Justin from AM or Bill from CJ. You'll just get drunk, or you'll fuck Justin, because Justin's hot. Alex, have you tuned or heard about overrated CAI? Because I've seen someone with it and would like to hear your opinion on it. I think you're the biggest butt fucking homo if you run those things. There you go. You're welcome. Sorry. Look, so where, you going to run no hood? Like, I love the people that get an over the radiator intake and go, it doesn't drive that good. I'm going to try another tuner because Lund Racing doesn't care about NA stuff. The poverty, Honda, gay, sideshow, stupid, dumbasses go all out NA trompeta intake. So, Alex, I'll tune it. Alex will tune it. No problem. Hey, it doesn't drive that good. Right. Well, why doesn't it drive good? Because you have a trumpet in the front. Well, my buddies, get it tuned by whoever tuned your... I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. That's my answer. My answer. Now, in the ticket system, I'd say, well, sir, you might experience some drive, blah, 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 blah. But my answer on this channel, you're fucking stupid if you run that shit. Hi, Alex. Whom would you recommend to send my car to if I'm looking to lock out my cams? Honestly, car enthusiast, lock out your cams on a 10 or 80 car? Nobody. Don't do that. Don't do that. Why are you going to lock out your cams? What are you doing? You want your car to drive like shit? Car enthusiast? Your car will drive like shit. Number one, we have to lock the cams in a position that's favorable for high RPM. What do you think that's going to do to your everyday driving? You have a centrifugal in your car. That's going to make it super lazy down low. Ridiculously lazy down low. It's going to chop. Just like an old school muscle car. Not a cam lobe idle tune. Just like an old school muscle car. So your brand new 2018, really pretty, nice Pro-Charge E85 car is going to drive like ass all the time. That's what you want? No, come on. Stop it. Stop it with the lock cam stuff. No, you can't do that. Stop it. Flex fuel tune is for transition between 93 and 85 and vice versa. Or even if that says it in the file when the email you read that. Right, but the problem is this. People are out there racing on the flex fuel tune. And I just can't get it through their heads that that's really stupid because they feel it's faster. Meanwhile, on the dyno, I have proven that power under the curve is greater with the E85 tune than the flex fuel tune. But they don't listen because they feel they're emotional racers. Right? NA guys are emotional racers. They're very emotional. They're very feminine because emotion is a feminine energy. So when you're out there popping off and screaming and saying, you are being emotional. Trumpet intake, max effort, stock cams, and compression with unported heads. He must have not seen decoders on him regretting locking out the cams, right? Best responses when they call over the irradiated intakes cars, grudge cars. People that remove body panels to lose a couple of pounds are slower since they increase drag. Want to go faster? Reduce drag. Cam delete. Yeah, no, I like car enthusiast Nestor. He's a good guy. I think he's on the wrong path when it comes to locking the cams. You're going to hate life. You're going to hate life. Hey, Alex, does the N-Gage still work with 22? No. 20 is the last year. Again, for the 800th time, 2020 is the last year the N-Gage works, which is why the 2020 Mustang is the last Mustang worth a damn. NA only has drivability if it remains with factory specs. And that's why I asked. You got it, car enthusiast. You got it. Just send the car enthusiast the boss cam timing for his lockouts. Problem solved. I thought flex fuel was only 85 was unavailable to get home on. You see, you're kidding, right? You know F-150s are flex fuel from the factory, right? Hatch. So you're telling me Ford sent out a tune on a truck that is only good to get home on if E85 is unavailable? Come on. People don't understand what flex fuel is, guys. And that's a constant struggle every day. Like, I am slowly denying flex fuel tuning to people. No, you're not going to get it. Why? I don't know, because your fucking name is Edgar. What do you mean? I have a feeling you won't know what to do. Only because my name is Edgar? Correct. Oh, that's fucking bullshit. What's the minimum ethanol percentage you should run E85 on? Well, that's a good question, Alex, because when I pumped E85 one time and I tested it, it was 55. So how can E85 be 55? You're not going to get a flex tune. There's a local 10 RNA guy that brags about running on flex tune. Bro, I'm not even on E85 tune. Glad I went boost. Bunch of peasants on the chat tonight. That's not a King Daddy S550. E-tuning equals emotional tuning. Too many trolls today. Any guys on the flex tune while running bead locks? I did cams on my Mustang only to drive twice a month because of how bad it drives to drive normally. And he says torque loss. I had someone from Power by the Hour, not Jake, tell me I should run 85 on my 93 tune. I said, no thanks. I'll do as Lund tells me. I had someone from Power by the Hour, not Jake, tell me I should run E85 on my 93 tune. Car enthusiast, send me that motherfucker's name and I'm going to have a talk with him. Are you serious? I would tell them flex fuel on just start sending Edgars with 956 Stoic Mix. Hey, that's pretty good. I run E40 low, homie. 461 viewers and only 38 likes. No. There's 321 likes. You got to look at it from my thing right here. 321 likes. The biggest number is this one. This is my favorite number. And again, you guys wonder why Alex. Hey, Alex, how come you don't, how come you haven't put out any videos of your cars doing anything? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Are this truck only available to run on 85 because of the constantly adapting spark knock sensors and stuff? John NC 101, Josh, I don't know if you're being serious. Are this trucks only available to run on 85 only because constantly adapting spark knock sensors and timing? Shit, I don't know what the fuck he just said, to be honest with you. Can Lund please make a $99 peasant tune? No. Fuck no. Guys, we should fucking charge $500 to tune an A car. Because those guys sit there and go, hey, do you think we could get a little bit more out of this? Tell me your mods. Well, are you ready? Are you sitting down? Yeah, I'm sitting down. Okay, check it out. Corsa Pro intake. Magna shits or blow my asses and VMSs. Let's turn it up. What fuel do you run? Oh, Arizona 91. Arizona 91. We cannot turn it up. And then they go, what? Like they read it and they go, fuck that. I'm calling somebody else. Can we turn it up at 91? Lund said no. That's the one. That's the rub. And that's what companies and shit-ass shops love to hear. Lund said no. Hey, man, I got this gun and it's loaded. What do you think if I turn it around, point it to my head, and pull the trigger? No, you shouldn't do that. I'm going to someone else. Hey, should I take this gun, point it to my head, and pull the trigger? Yeah. Boom. I'm dead. How did that happen? Pikachu face. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. 87 octane from the local shell. Pikachu face. I'm ashamed of y'all. But it's from Costco, right? Hey, and Shelby guys are the worst with their fuel. Shelby guys that you would think have money. Shelby guys. Hey, I'm running 91 from Costco. Why the fuck you doing that? Well, I got a truck driving friend of mine that says it's the same shit from all the time. So you're telling me your friend goes to Shell, Mobil, Texaco in the same truck and puts fuel in those tanks in the same truck? Oh, no, he works for Costco. Oh. State intake and BBK axlebacks, no mufflers. Give me the sauce, amateurs. What octane booster do you recommend for E85? Yes. I'm in Arizona and gas is hot dog water quality here, but my tuner runs 39 degrees. Lund is the soup Nazi. Brains everywhere. Poppy DeSantis giving his victory speech. Nice. They want to be cheap because they spent $100,000 on a Gen 2 with a body kit. Must be GT500 Shelby guys. Those 350 dudes aren't that dumb. At least I hope. Angel H, Who are the best in the Coyote community? The best guys are, believe it or not, manual boosted guys. Manual boosted guys seem to be the ones that are most with it in the Mustang community. Win SVT says, sorry, I've not been on in Texas right now doing a job training. YDBT for life. Thank you. The manual boosted guy gets it all the time. And that's GT350. I don't think I've ever had a bad GT350 customer that's like legendarily bad. But I've had legendarily bad GT500 customers. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Alex, I filled my boosted car with red equipment fuel from work. What power can I expect? Says Dustin 10R. Why don't I see many F-Series Pro Charge Coyotes? Well, that's a good question. I'm going to be honest with you. What is Pro Charger known for the most on Coyote Mustangs? What are Pro Charger superchargers known for the most on Coyote cars? Thank you for the advice. I'll send you a log soon and name the person. Thank you. My goodness, whoever said that. But Cletus says, run it on brake clean. Shelby guys also think Costco steaks are the same as steaks as Capital Grill. Right. My car should make 460 horsepower on 87. I had someone tell me that. Manual boosted guy here because their cranks fell off already. Correct. The F1, I'm sure, puts more strain on the crank than even a D or P series. So there's a reason you don't see a lot of F-Series Coyote cars. In my opinion, if you're going to go to anything that robust, it should be crank mounted or have the best crank support in history of all history. But even then, I can't imagine the twisting is not going to be an issue. The F-Series supercharger makes great power. P-Series makes great power. It also makes great clean cuts right at the crank. Yeah, it smokes the cranks. It smokes the cranks. Manual boosted mentality, poverty, and a lifestyle. Fuck my life. Costco keeps the cost low. Hey, can you put a cold air on a 22 manual car without a tune? Rocco Zioli? Yes. If it is bone stock diameter. Meaning, Holly, Corsa, Roush with an insert, those intakes are meant so that you can put a cold air intake on your car and not need any tuning. But if it's a bigger or smaller diameter than the stock cold air, it's going to need tuning. What audience is easier to tune? Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3? Gen 1 and Gen 2. By far. Gen 1 and Gen 2. Gen 1, the issues are that they're old, the cars. So they're starting to exhibit those issues of fuel pump failures, injectors, this and that. You know, little things that cars with age start to exhibit. Gen 2 is awesome. I love Gen 2. When I see Hellion twin turbo Gen 2 with a built motor or turbo 400 and ID 1700s, that bitch is going 850s, 840s tomorrow. I guarantee it. Then I see a guy go CPR kit, single turbo 400. Oh, all right, we're going fucking sevens. You know what I mean? But when I see Gen 3 Loki with a stock throttle body, stock cold air, 38-pound injectors, no boosted pump, and you want the sauce, I go, yeah, there's no sauce here. Where do I sign up to be a member? I'm dying over here, bro. I never watch live chats. I'm sold on yours. Laughing my butt off. I have stayed laughing in the last 30 minutes. Thank you. Think first. If you go to, if you go to my description on this show, in the description, it gives you a join tab. If not, you go to my page, and if you have an Android, which you probably don't, it should give you a join link. If JD Swag can look up the join tab link, that'd be awesome. Valen says, ESS for the win, not putting more stress on the crank by using the stock balancer. I agree. Possible to break the crank with a crank bonder blower? Yeah, I think it is, but it'd have to be a motherfucker of a blower. You know what I mean? Like, what will happen instead of axial load, meaning if you have a crank, right? And you have load that way, meaning this way. Because let's say you have a pulley on it, right? And you have a big supercharger up here. And you have a lot of tension. Let's say a lot of tension, a big tensioner here. Because the more tension you put on, basically you're doing this to the crank pulley or the crank snout. And then now it's spinning at 8,000 RPMs, right? So this with this, and let's say you hit a limiter. Whoop, 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 whoop. That little shake. Bye-bye. See ya. Bye-bye. See you. Bye. See you later. Now, if you have a crank-mounted situation where it has a coupler, it has to be aligned really well. But the problem is going to be this. The twisting load might be the issue, depending on how aggressively you gear the gear drive, because crank-mounted superchargers have a gear drive, and the gear drive can be under or overdriven, whichever way you want. And if you have it so fucking crazy that it has to stress this out, now you're going to pretzel or potentially snap the crank that way, where it has... Well, one of them is radial load. The other one is axial load. I think a combination of both. But the crank-mounted supercharger needs like a billet crank, in my opinion. Like a Billy Badass billet crank that is not that soft. The stock crank might have an issue because it's single-keyed, and you're going to have a lot of radial load on a stock crank, whereas a billet crank is more likely to live a long life. Hopefully, that explains it to the poors. Turvy, holy shit, where the fuck have you been? Of course he asked this question. Alex, would you take the Fox Body engine bay back to OEM colors like anthracite valve covers, carb filter, and then raw aluminum, the intake in the future? No. Mike, why do you care about the stock colors? Have you seen the color of your car? Why do you care about the stock colors? Your car is yellow, gray, red, white. Oh my God. Turvy316. Thank you, YouTube Corrupt, for putting the link up. YouTube Corrupt and a free speech. We're going to pin that comment. Thank you very much. Pin the message if you guys want to join, become a member. It's as little as like $5 a month. So even if you have a super chat question, it's cheaper just to be a member. And it helps me every month rely on a monthly nut so that I can modify the vehicles, get equipment, and get you guys content. Working deep fryers must be waiting on my day off to do more fab work. Deep fryers? Where do you work? Rust color is OEM. You have a job? Are you sure no one's breathing down your neck frying? Interesting. Turvy got a job. Alex, please take Turvy's advice to heart. I really believe he's trying to show you the light. Wait, Turvy, I thought you didn't like being told what to do. Right, I'm blown away that he's frying food somewhere. He needs that Mako paint job. Take that man off the fryers. Could you imagine your shit's being fried by Turvy? Order up! Hey, leave me the fuck alone, okay? I'm doing the best I can because I have to afford Krylon paint for my welds and 3 cutoff wheels and sanding discs. Hey, fuck you! I'm trying to get these cheese sticks as fast as I can. Hey, fuck you! Can you imagine? Turvy Schleckenberg cares about the engine bay. I got 2 jobs, bro. Alex, your channel would grow by 10 if you built a numbers matching Fox. He works at Popeyes. Turv does DoorDash in his new Edge. Could you imagine him DoorDashing in his new Edge? He'd be He should work at a place that says your pizza will get there in 30 minutes or less, or it's free. And he gets it there all the time. You know why? 3 25s in the front. Sorry for stupid questions. Just got a Mustang GT traded in my 19 Camaro SS. Good for you. Good for you. Turvy gets out of UTIs. Turvy gives out UTIs. No need to go to UTI. This thing like sank. The chair like loses its charge or whatever the fuck. But Alex, I thought this was a racing channel. Turvy is alpha as well. 456 is putting in work. Hey, Turvy, we need you. Turvy, what, man? You just woke me up. It's 3 p.m. I know, but somebody pre-ordered 35 pizzas, and they need them there by 10 minutes or less, so they're all free. Oh, I'll be there right now. See? That's where he can be handy. Turvy, if you get that car light, 325s in the front, 335s in the rear with triple spacers all the way around, you would get paid at least $13.35 an hour to deliver pizzas in 10 minutes or less. Oh my God, I forgot about the 325 comment. The extra tender crunch is from me picking my nose. Bone Stock Racing. Those welds rotting by the second. That's hilarious because 30 minutes or less, dude, has a Fox body. Second shift, I put some stank on it just for you, my guy. Turvy is the white egger. Oh shit, I'm on the bitcho level, says Think First Productions. Turvy, don't forget your helmet when welding. Who are we joking? He would bankrupt the company. I like Turvy. Like, you know, I understand some of you don't. Some of you like cringe when you hear his name or whatever. But I'm telling you, I'm blown away that a person like this exists in 2022. And I'm fascinated by him because he's so out of control. Like, there's so many channels out there that show you how to do things properly, and he obviously doesn't watch one of them. And Turvy does remind me of my brother because, you know, my brother has so much talent. So talented. He worked at a customizing shop where you put sunroofs in, you'd put body kits in, you would do upholstery. Like, my brother had really good talent. And I don't know, he never did anything with that talent. And I was just blown away by that because he could have really done something with that. Like, money. Wow, Alex, I'm from Arizona, and my 13 F-150 and 16 Mustang R91 never once got knock sensors. Always added 3+. Tune only if that matters. Wait. So, 50 Marcus, let me ask you a question. When you say it added timing 3+, how did you get to that number? And what did you see in the data log that made you think it added 3 degrees of timing? Again, serious question. If you were looking at a data log and you saw 3+ in the data log when it comes to the knock sensors, let me ask you, what did you see in the data log that made you think that you got 3 more degrees? Serious question, 50 Marcus. I'll wait. I've never met anyone so delusional about a car, but there's no reason to hate. No, I can't hate him. He's a good guy. Look, hey, did you see Turvy? Did you see a guy's giving you a GT? I repeat, a guy is giving you a GT. A 2-valve New Edge GT in Louisiana. Did you see that? Turvy? For free. I'm telling you, you should jump on that shit ASAP. Because that car is light years ahead of what you currently got going on. Alex, you got highlight Turvy's comment. Oh, cars come in all kinds of flavors. I'm just doing a street legal road race. Stop it. How much boost can a Gen 2 Coyote handle stock? Boost? If you put bananas in the tailpipe, it'll see 30 PSI. Heck, nah, I didn't see it. Okay, I'm going to find it. Check this out. I'm going to find it for you, Turvy. Some guy is giving you, let me see. Here it is. Daniel. That's, where is it? Here it is. Guys, this is not a joke. Check it out. Daniel, 8 hours ago. Turvy, I just got a new vehicle for my wife. And if you want it, I will give you her 2001 convertible automatic V8 Mustang. Brand new black vinyl top, 110,000 miles. Brand new tires, new brakes. Runs great. AC works. I was going to sell it for a couple of grand, but if you want it, you can have it located in New Orleans. Just come and pick it up. I'll give you the title. This is on my last peasant chat. I'm going to pin the comment so you can find it easy. Turvy, the parts farm offered you a job. If you turn this down, I'm going to smack the shit out of you. I am going to smack the fucking shit out of you if you don't go get that car. That car is light years ahead of what you are currently building because nothing has been done to it. If you say no to it, you are a certified loser. I love you. That car is further along than your car will ever be, and it is a V8 automatic convertible. A free, hell, if you don't take it, you know what I'm going to do? I'll get it, and I'll give it away to someone here. Daniel. Oh, here we go. Guys, the most absolutely retarded person I have ever met in my life. Oh no, I can't do a convertible. I appreciate the offer though. If you're reading this, New Orleans sketches me out. I'd have to close my eyes and dump the clip. There you go. Daniel, hit me up. I will drive to you. I will get it down here and I'll do a giveaway on that car. I will give that car away. We'll do a contest and I'll give away a 99 convertible GT because Turvy Ate got offered a car that is 9,000 times better than what he's building and mobile with AC. I will fly to New Orleans, Uber to the guy's house, drive that shit back, and I will give it away to somebody on the chat because I don't want to keep it, but I will give it away to somebody on the chat. We will do a giveaway. So Daniel, if you're watching the show right now, ydbtforlife@gmail.com. I will get it, make sure it's mechanically sound, oil's good, and I will promote it on the channel as an actual giveaway, and no one has to buy a goddamn thing to get it, but they have to come pick it up because I'm not shipping it to you. So there you go. All right, guys, I'm out of here. We got to end it on that note. Turvy got offered a car, and he said no. Oh, my God. The only thing I would ask is if you guys want to contribute to the giveaway, you can. But what I'm saying is if I get that car here, it will be free, and I won't ask you to buy a shirt, nothing. And we'll give away a 99 convertible. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I can't believe Turvy said no to that car. Like, legendarily stupid. Like, oh my fucking Lord. I can't believe he said no because it's New Orleans. Unreal. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to be on probably Thursday or actually, no, it's got to be Thursday. I'm going to try to be on Thursday. And if I am on Thursday, it'll be really early, like 5 p.m. because I want the night because I got to get ready to go to Mod Nats if it doesn't rain out. Because it looks like it might rain out. But I got to get ready. So I'm going to be on Thursday, 5 p.m. early, or Friday, 5 p.m. early. Depends. Just keep in touch. Follow me on Twitter at ydbtforlife. Yes, I am uploading a lot of content, a lot of talking, a lot of interaction on Twitter. Why? They're set to monetize pretty soon. So I want to get in on the ground level. And if you want to get a hold of me quickly, Twitter's the way to do it. I'm done with Instagram and Facebook is for grandmas. So I'm going to see if I can make some money on Twitter and see, delve into that area. By the way, let's do the giveaway really quick. Cody Ford, you get the cookies. Fuck it. Cody Ford, you get cookies today. Cody Ford, hit up domygodcookies.com_LLC. Sorry, domygodcookies_LLC. domygodcookies.com. Cody Ford, you get the cookies because I feel like just giving a rando cookies today because I almost forgot to give them away. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a great rest of your night. Cody Ford, Melissa, EPA, get Cody Ford, get him some cookies, and we should be good to go. Have a good rest of your night, guys. See you guys later. Turvy, you're a fucking moron. See you later, guys. Bye.